Hello, this is Frontline here, and welcome to another episode of Craftaway. In this one, we are going to be focusing all about that gaming district, and I'm actually recording this in advance. The previous two episodes have not released as the time I'm recording this. I stockpiled a lot just so that we would be able to get this whole entire thing all sorted, and we'll see if we're even able to meet our deadline. So anyway, you might have noticed behind me, I know I'm getting distracted, but this ghast right here, when we built this tunnel quite a few episodes ago, I didn't really do too much on the outside to mob-proof it or anything. I didn't think I would need to, but apparently a little ghast has spawned in here, and he seems to be trapped. It's like, first time I saw this, I was like, what is this? He's like slowly gotten closer. Originally when I saw this first, there were like 2 tentacles poking out. Now you can pretty much see like 5 at a time. So it's a little kind of funny that he's just poking through there, but yeah, we'll just ignore him for now. We're going to actually head on through the portal into the gaming district here, and what I want to do is, well, first of all, let's actually just show off what I did. So I set up my little camp. This is a place that allows for me to just stand on the bed whenever it's like raining or something, and I have other chests around here gathered for the different materials. And over here, last time I showed this off, there actually were a bunch of mushrooms. Now I've cleared off the entire area. We're able to kind of morph this place more to our liking. So you may notice that there's dirt patches around. That's because I've been trying to work on terraforming this place and not necessarily making it actually fully done. I just want like a block layout. I want to see, okay, where is the land going to be morphed? I'm not going to have the mycelium blocks at all around the place, or well, I might, but that's probably not going to be like all over. I don't want to rely on that whole entire like mushroom biome feel. I'd rather it have a lush green feel, maybe even just like have a carnival type thing. It's going to be like gaming district. I want it to be some sort of thing that makes it seem like a theme park. So whatever that theme may end up being, we're going to try and morph that. I'm the one on the server who's in charge of the gaming district, and I want it to be done right. So I'm not going to worry about that now. Right now, what I'm focusing on is getting flat plains. I don't want the entire thing flat, if that's what you're thinking I'm going to be doing. I don't want the mushroom biome to be flat, but I want there to be lots of flat areas, because most minigames are not designed to be on a cliff edge. I mean, you can build one on a cliff edge. I'm not going to get rid of a lot of like this variation in height, but I think that most people will want to build their games in a nice little area. It depends on how big of an area they want. Like right here, I mean, I might keep this, I might not, but it's just a little tiny flat area for some sort of tiny mini game, and then there's just other areas. I'm probably going to build a roller coaster. I'm getting ahead of myself now, so I'm just going to terraform this place. I may or may not do it in a time lapse. I'm probably not, just judging by how big this place is. Perhaps I'm going to terraform a half of the island and be able to meld that half towards my liking, and then do the other half, maybe a quarter. But this is a giant project. I know that this is going to be something I'm going to be working on for weeks at a time, hours on end. And I want to be able to get this place looking all spiffy. So yeah, I'll catch you back up in whatever I do to be able to see how we're going to morph this land and make it a little bit more better for minigames. In the end, I really haven't made much progress so far, but I still wanted to kind of like mention a little bit of what I've done. So I've kind of been trying to level out stuff, kind of like I was saying, and I've been trying to fill things in, having like these different plateaus. I do like kind of this idea that maybe we could have tunnels that lead through, like whenever we have areas that are lower, we can connect those up and just have paths that go above them, just in case you don't want to go to those mini games or something, or whatever gets built there anyway. I mean, we could also have rides in here. There's a lot that the gaming district can have, including like stands for food and like all sorts of other amenities, maybe souvenirs. But this right here was something I kind of wanted to mention, mostly for purposes that maybe someone would discover this later. This right here, I'm filling in to make this whole entire thing flat. I've been like digging out a lot of this place, and just be careful when building here if you're going to be, well, if you're a Craftaway member, of course, because it's going to be a little bit precarious with the ravine down there. One hit and then like you're basically just straight in lava. So if you're going to replace the ground and like build a nice foundation here, there's a lot of places that you might fall into. This pit isn't as bad. I just kind of filled it in because I didn't like the ground being that low. I kind of like it up here a little bit more, closer to where the other levels of dirt are. So I kind of ended up just trying to make this place as smooth as possible. In some places I might purposefully make it more rough just so I can fit in these tunnels. But yeah, I'll have to see how that goes and what other progress updates come in the future. So we are over at our base to be able to gather lots of various resources. I've actually already terraformed where I want all of the, well, almost all. I've basically terraformed the entirety of the gaming district to where I want it to be. But as you can see here, I am gathering grass. And these like layers of grass actually grow really quickly. If I just have like one piece of grass by every single piece of glowstone, it spreads like wildfire. It's like by the time that I gather an entire section, fill it in with dirt, get the next section, fill that in with dirt, and then do the last layer, I actually have almost all of the top layer already grass by the end of that. So I've just been gathering a bunch of this. I also have a hole there, but I just kind of go by it like one bit by bit, and then I just have a bunch of grass to be able to do. I've been gathering lots of dirt though. This takes a lot of dirt. Like on my mining trips, or at least I go my impromptu mining trips. I haven't shown you guys any of those yet, but it's like I just kind of go down the community mine and gather a bunch of just normal dirt. I have like a little bit of it in my storage system. I have it in my ender chest here. This whole entire shulker box is full of it, and it's just insane like how much dirt this is going to take. I'm not going to turn it all into grass because once I head over to the gaming district and show you guys, I do have a method that will allow me to not have to convert it all to dirt and keep placing and digging it back up again. But yeah, I'll show you guys that in the next clip just after I start gathering this. I'm probably not going to put extra dirt layers on here for now, just because I think that this should be the last batch of grass. I'll leave the glowstone there just in case I do need to do another batch. But yeah, I'll check back up on you later. And here we are in the gaming district with a bunch of residents. This pack just like came onto me like nobody's business. Like I remember there being 4 of them. Now there's 5. Yeah, there's 5 now, and this is kind of how I'm trying to fill stuff in. So it's like whenever there's parts that I haven't actually like filled in at all, I can just put the grass here anyway. But where there's places that are basically completely covered in mycelium, I actually have a different strategy. So obviously we have patches just kind of about, but this one's probably my biggest one I've done. So over here, I still need to fill in some of the dirt, but I surrounded the entire thing with grass and filled in the center with just dirt. And that allows it so that I actually don't have to mine out a bunch of grass. Because there's no mycelium blocks in the middle here, it just like spreads to the center. I also add a little bit of blocks like in the center. I guess I need to get rid of these like holes of the grass too. But yeah, it's like I've got a giant area that they're all able to spread out on. And over time, this place will definitely be all good. So I was kind of wondering why spiders were spawning over the place. Like I know that I was almost thinking that like the sides of the island must have been like spawning them. And I was all like, man, I've never seen like a skeleton or a creeper or anything around here. It's like it's strange that only spiders like spawn like where the edge of the island is, and it might not be quite mushroom biome there, because only there would they be able to spawn. But I actually found it. I was like, alright, there are a bunch of spiders here. Turns out there's a mob spawner that's just right here. And this could be a cool place for a minigame. I think that if you utilized like the spiders in some sort of way, I don't know how, but if you utilize the spiders in some sort of way, this could actually be a kind of a cool place. You know, you could build like a giant spider egg at the top or something, and then you have like an elevator that brings you down into the chamber, and like I don't know, it's an interesting concept, but you need like a little bit more like creativity to create something that would be able to utilize it, which is the reason why I'm not actually going to get rid of it. I keep forgetting to bring torches to light it up, but I'll eventually do that and hopefully not have a giant spider infestation down there. Okay, so I'm back here by the Ender. As I mentioned before, I go to this place a lot to repair my shovel, and this is something that I want to mention because it is so annoying. Where'd the guy go? There he is. Like, Endermen, for some reason, are able to teleport out of here. I don't actually know how or where. It's probably somewhere on that ice boat road, though. I'm betting that they can teleport onto the ice. So it needs to be like a lower ceiling so that these guys don't steal away the cactus. This is probably like the 6th time I have like seen the cactus get stolen. I don't know, like it's probably been more than that because I've seen this for weeks now. It's just that I haven't really mentioned it in a video or anything. It's like that's definitely something we need to fix. Be able to maybe lower the ceiling here because I'm almost certain that they spawn right here and then they're all like, ooh, cactus, let's pick that thing up and allow for this whole entire boat road to be completely pointless. But yeah, I'm going to continue repairing my shovel. It's almost done, and I'll catch you back up later on in the episode. So what I've basically been doing is I've been trying to be able to minimize the amount of time I travel from place to place. So instead of coming back to my base, I'm actually using up some of the grass that's already here. And I'm able to gather the grass and replace it with the dirt here. And because the whole entire area is encased in grass, I know for a fact that mycelium will not spread back here. And normally I like to do it at night because then the grass isn't spreading. I don't have to worry about like the stuff kind of messing up. With me, like my reasoning is that if it's daytime, the grass will spread to these bottom blocks, and although grass spreading isn't necessarily a bad thing, I'd prefer them to spread onto these top blocks where the grass will actually be visible, and I'm not going to waste like the grass growing at all in that kind of a way. So I try to utilize my nights as best as I can. If there's anyone else on the server, I don't mind if they sleep. It's just that I almost kind of don't want to waste anything. I just don't want to waste any time. Night or day, they have their perks and they have their disadvantages. So anyway, I'm going to catch you guys back up when I'm a little bit more progressive in this whole entire thing. I'm going to keep on gathering lots and lots of resources and things, and yeah, I'll see how far we're able to get into this episode for our whole entire terraforming project of this extraordinarily large island. We've already done a lot, but there's so much more to go. So yeah. A huge majority of the island is done right now, and honestly, it's probably most of what I'm going to be doing in this episode. As much as I would love to be able to gather more dirt and stuff to be able to convert the entire landscape over to grass, I just kind of don't have the time or the resources to be able to do that. I can gather dirt, but I've run out of places immediately available for me to be able to find it. I've gone into the community mineshaft in Spawn Town, and I've gone through all the tunnels that already had mining sessions done. So it's like, basically when people do mine sessions, obviously they're after the valuables. They go through the stone, go in a straight line. Whenever they see diamonds, they're all like, ooh, diamonds, pick those up. So all the dirt was left behind. I was able to just swoop in, gather all of that. I've gotten through all of the tunnels there, though, so I actually don't have anywhere else for me to gather up all that. I've gathered some just from here because there are caves in the mushroom biome that I've just been able to gather lots of dirt from. But even then, it's just like so hard to find places where I haven't gotten dirt yet that isn't the surface. I don't really want to tear apart the surface here, especially in the mushroom biome. I want to preserve this place as much as I can. So we're not going to do a lot of this right now. I'm going to try and find other alternative dirt sources for us to actually be able to fill this place in. But yeah, for the rest of this episode, which it is going to be slightly shorter than normal, but it did take a lot more time to create this one, I am going to end up just cutting off this whole entire area. You can see that I've already been trying to plan out what the entrance kind of area is going to be like. I'm going to start off the gaming district, christen it if you wish to visualize it in that kind of a way. You know, like have the bottle of wine or champagne smacked across the boat. This is basically what I'm going to be doing to the gaming district over the next couple of episodes. So yeah, I'm going to try and at least create like a nice outline for what the entrance is going to look like, and create paths that are going to lead around from the buildings. And in the next couple of episodes, we're actually going to build those buildings. Instead of just having giant stone skeletons, like not even true skeletons, just outlines. We have stone skeleton outlines into the ground. We're going to be able to get this whole entire place looking nice and spiffy. And yeah, I'll catch you back up once that is at least started here. Shadow Cell is also on the server, so we'll see if it actually becomes daytime. I don't really mind whether it's daytime or nighttime, just because nighttime you can actually kind of see the lamps here. But yeah, I basically worked out this kind of a path style. I know it's not a lot, but I think it doesn't need to be. It also doesn't necessarily have to be the same path design in the entire gaming district. But I think that this kind of like a path that can go around, it can even like curve around to be able to go onto various places around. Like down here can be a game where like the path leads around here, and it could even branch off straight directly down into this place. Right now I don't really want to work out all the paths because I know for a fact that like as we build mini games, we have to basically morph the path around the mini games. We shouldn't morph the mini games around the path because that would compromise every single mini game. I don't really want to impose that onto people. So what we're going to do is just kind of have this whole entire thing here. I think that we could end up bone mealing the grass a little bit. I don't necessarily like having too many like flowers in an area. I mean, it might be all right, but definitely want like just long enough grass where it feels like populated, but definitely like not too big. I mean, already as I say, I don't like flowers. One of them produces like 3 at a time. But yeah, I'm wondering if maybe doing this at night isn't good. I actually don't know how bone meal physics works. Like if bone mealing only is best in like bright day, or if it actually works at night. But nonetheless, I'm going to try and like get this thing all sorted here eventually. But yeah, I think that this is at least a good start. Right here is going to be our main building. It is elevated. I did like plant a bunch of grass above here. And one thing I learned that I probably should have known already is that when you actually have blocks above mycelium, because it actually lowers the light level, it ends up making them break. So I was able to actually get quite a bit of dirt from under here. This is probably a place where I'm just going to harvest a bunch for me to be able to use later on inside the gaming district. Not going to do that too soon, but eventually that will be something I'll want to do. So in the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to actually build this building here. You can see that I've erected a giant stone square that's going to have our main entrance into this place. You're going to be able to come out onto the path. There might be something here, perhaps like some stalls or something, maybe a restroom. I don't know. I don't know how much I want to scatter around those kinds of things around the park, especially since they're not necessary and might take up space, but it'd be a nice atmosphere. I do like having a whole entire atmosphere thing here. So it's going to be a kind of a theme park. I think it's going to be a hybrid, because it's going to be a theme park that has some carnival aspects to it. I think that it'd be cool that's like somewhere in here we'd have like lanes where you could have like the shop stalls that people put up, like you have like knocking over bottles or something. I don't know if that'd be even like possible in Minecraft, but nonetheless, like that kind of thing would be kind of cool. I'm going to try and fly around because in the last episode, or technically in the middle of recording this episode, we got ourselves a elytra with unbreaking and mending on it to be able to fly around places. So yeah, you can see that it's definitely, a lot of it is filled in. It has grass surrounding stuff. I started on that but realized I didn't have enough dirt for it. But it's like the main areas, like right around here, there is a lot of grass that is available for people to just be able to build on. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to fill in that area, going to try and work on the cliffs here, and once this park opens, it'll be ready for people to just build stuff around here. The easiest place for people to build is most definitely going to be this area here. It's the most flat, and like it's just a giant plain. But if your minigame fits into a smaller area, it would be probably better for it to go in these areas, just so that it's like we can conserve some space in the gaming district. I know I'm taking up a bunch with my builds that I'm doing. I'm going to take up a bunch of the basement too. So stay tuned for that. I'm not going to spoil too much of it, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I sure did enjoy making it, as much as it definitely was quite a big project, and it is going to keep on going. We're going to keep the train on rolling and get this thing done so that we can actually build stuff here. I've been wanting to build stuff here for so long. I'm sure that the other Castaway members have also been thinking the exact same thing. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to see you guys all in the next video. Later on, guys.